Hi Freshman Seminar, and welcome to how to write a personal essay and how to format that correctly in Microsoft Word. So remember that we're working on one of the common application essays, and the common application is an application where if you complete all the components, you can use it for various universities around the state, and there's even options around the country depending on which common application you do. So we're going to be doing the prompt, recount an incident or time when you experienced failure, and how did it affect you, and what lessons did you learn. In order to do this, we need to make sure first and foremost that we're ready to go. So we're going to change our font to Times New Roman. Remember, it needs to be a professional looking font, size 12. And then a very important thing to do is to come over to this thing with the up and down arrows, the line and paragraph spacing icon. You click on it and you're going to do double spaced. Then you go back and you're going to remove the space after the paragraph. Then you're going to come up to the top and you're going to hit the right justify, the align right button. When you do that, the cursor came all the way over to the right hand side of the page. You're going to type your name. You're going to type the class and the period, and you're going to type what the assignment is. Then after you've done that, you're going to hit enter twice. You're going to hit center, and then you're going to write down the prompt. Recount an incident or time when you experienced failure. How did it affect you? And what lessons did you learn? When you have that, go ahead and I'll erase mine. Go ahead and hit enter twice again, and you're going to hit align left and tab it over. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and get started right away, but you guys have put in a lot of work already. You have your planning document and you have your rubric. The rubric has all of the specific parts that are required for your essay. So let me see if I can pull it up. Just so you can see what that looks like. And it'll come back up eventually. But I want you to really think about this rubric and how you could make sure that you're including all of the parts that you need to include. So for this specific one, I'm just going to go ahead and take this part of the rubric and I'm going to put it inside my essay just so I can make sure that I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to do. So I'm copying that and I'm going to my essay. I'm just going to put it right there. For the content-specific indicator of the essay, that's making sure that I'm doing all of the things that I need to do. Remember the one change that we made? Instead of remaining positive and optimistic, it's realistic, because we need to be realistic about our lives. Some other indicators that you need to be aware of is the organization and focus. If you remember that one from class, that just means you're going to make sure that your story follows a really reasonable progression. There's a beginning, the rising action, the climax, and then the denouement, the falling action. You have the lesson learned at the very end. For originality, you're just going to use some really good vocabulary, and I'll show you an example of that later. And the writer's voice, this is not super formal. This is a chance for the people who are reading this to get to know who you are. Freedom from error, and I'll show you that one at the end as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I've already written my essay, so we're just going to copy that in just so we don't have to waste our time. And so now that I have this one written, what I'm going to look at the bottom corner is how many words I have. I have 660 words. Remember that an essay cannot be more than typically it cannot be more than 500 words, and sometimes it can't be more than 800 words. Please check with your teacher to see which one of these essays is your requirement. This is for your college essays, so it's a little bit shorter. If you want to know exactly how many words you have, you just highlight the whole thing. And you notice down here that it says 630 of 660 words. So it's very, very, very good. It's a reasonable length, and it's not too long. So I told you that I was going to help you with those indicators where you're going to be checking for spelling and checking for grammar. I'm looking through this paper and I don't see any red or green underlines, but that doesn't mean that nothing's wrong. I'm going to intentionally misspell a word just so that we can get something showing up. So I've spelled Saturdays wrong. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to review, and I'm going to do check spelling and grammar. When I do that, it'll find that word, and if there's more, it'll find those other words, and it will give me suggestions. I'm going to hit change so I spell it right, and then that's done. The other thing that I want you to, spelling and grammar check is complete. You're good to go. I also want to see if I can find a better word for compassionate. So I highlight that. So I clicked on my mouse and then I dragged it across, and now it's highlighted. And I'm going to hit Shift F7. When I hit Shift F7, the thesaurus pops up. And there's a bunch of words that come over here that I can look at. Now, benevolent, that's an awesome word, but it's not one that I would actually say, so there's no way that I'm going to choose that one. Sympathetic, that one, I don't really like that word. It makes me feel like you feel sorry for me, and that's not what I'm trying to say. So empathetic is a good word. Kind, you just think about which ones would work for you. I'm just going to go ahead and click empathetic. And when I do that, oh, it should automatically change. I guess not. Now that I know that it's empathetic, I'll just type that one in. Oh no, it's spelled wrong. A faster way to correct one word is to click with the right-hand side of your mouse, and the correct spelling pops up. So the very last and final thing that you need to do is to check to make sure you have all parts. Do I have my 3 events? Yes, I do. I've read through this. Did I describe the steps taken to resolve the conflict? Did I describe how I was before the conflict? Did I describe how I was after the conflict? Yes and yes. Did I remain positive and realistic at the very end? Yes, it's not about giving up. It's about keeping up even when it's not what you expected. So all in all, this is a very, very, very good example of a quality essay. Is it the best essay ever? Probably not, but it is a very good example of what you should be striving for. Now, when we wrap up, you're going to just hit File, Save As, and please, you guys are getting better, but let's make sure that we do this correctly. We're just going to save it to the desktop so it's in a good location. And once it's in the desktop, I'm going to save it specifically. I'm saving it as my last name, Cavalier, dot my first name, dot cap, dot cap 2, dot personal essay, dot period 1. So I know exactly where it is. And that makes it a lot easier for your teacher so that she can print them off based on the class period. I'll save it. And then I'm just going to go to my email, and you know that always takes forever, and I should have had it up. I apologize. So we'll just go to my work email. No, we're not, so you can't see that. So we're going to go to the internet, and once that loads, hopefully I'm already logged in for you. Yes, I'm going to hit compose. compose, or new, or write, depends on your email. My little message is going to pop up in the bottom right-hand corner. Eventually. Or it's going to be big because it's the old version. I'm going to type the name of my teacher. That's where I want to send it. sarah.straub@yesprep.org. And the subject heading is, once again, be very specific for your teacher. It's not for you, it's for your teacher. Your last name, your first name, dash, personal essay, dash, period 1. And you guys are getting so much better. Once again, it's hi, Miss Straub, or hello, Miss Straub, or dear Miss Straub, or whatever your teacher's name is. Here, or attached, is my, make sure you're spelling it right, is my personal essay. I hope you enjoy. Thank you, and your name. But it's not attached yet, so typically you would look for something that looks like a paper clip, or this one is very nice, very simple for you, and just hit attach a file. When you click attach a file, it pops up to wherever, but you're going to go to your desktop, and you know it's here. There it is. You double click. It's attached, and you send. You're going to have Thursday and Friday to work on this in class. It is due by the end of class on Friday. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me about that, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.